My name is Dharam, an alcoholic, sober today with the grace of God, and all you people who have gathered here uh, uh, for this uh, for this meeting. I had the
Hi,
same
Dharam.
enthusiasm to be with you all when I would celebrate my biological birthday. I was looking forward to be with you all. Glad God has given me the chance. पहले तो मैं ये बताऊं मेरा ये ए में सेकंड इनिंग है. मेरा फर्स्ट इनिंग ए में था 1980 टू 82 था. और उसके बाद में मैं पीने गया था. मैंने वजह जो है कुछ भी होने दीजिए, वो इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है. बट I choose to drink, and then I came back into the meeting in 89, and whole of 89 में अपना मीटिंग अटेंड करता था. और करते करते जो जो मैंने कहते हैं ना, मीटिंग अटेंड करते रहो, दारू जो छूट जाएगी. और वही हुआ कि एक संडे इवनिंग को आफ्टर द मीटिंग मेरे एक दोस्त ने कहा, ए फ्रेंड ने कहा, मिल्टन एफ ने यही कहा, धर्म यू आर क्वालिफाइड, धर्म यू आर यंग. उस वक्त मेरी एज थी 33, और आज मेरी इयर्स ऑफ सोब्राइटी जो है 33 है. So he said only one thing, Dharam, you are young, you are qualified, and you have your office, you have your home, but Dharam, you have this problem. And for this problem, Dharam, अपने घुटनों पे आ जाओ. And it sounded so very simple to me, which I decided कि अभी मैं जो घुटनों पे आऊंगा. Whole of 89 मेरा जो अंदर बार होते रहता था. एंड अंदर से क्यों करेज आती थी कि मैं मेंबरों को जाके बोलता था, एक एक दो मेंबर्स को. मैंने एक महीने के बाद में पिया, मैंने जो 15 दिन के बाद में पिया. मेरी वाइफ भी मेरे साथ में मीटिंग में आती थी, वो अपने एलेलॉन में, और मैं इधर अपने ए मीटिंग में जाता था. और बस ऐसे करके मेरी जो जर्नी वन डे एट ए टाइम की शुरू हो गई थी 30 जनवरी 1990. हमारे कुलदीप भाई ने कहा कि धर्म चाय लेके आता था, बट लोगों को वो चाय के पीछे की राज नहीं मालूम है, जो मैं शेयर करूंगा. हाँ, मैं बहुत हकलाता था, अभी भी, पहले बहुत ज्यादा, अभी कम. और जब मुझे शेयरिंग मिलती थी, मेरे लिए वो एक तरीके की माने फांसी लगती थी मुझे. और मैं शेयरिंग नहीं चाहता था, तो इसलिए मैंने चाय का ग्लास साफ करने का काम किया. और वो भी मैं मीटिंग रूम के दरवाजे पे बैठ के मैं ये काम कर लेता था. मेरे को जो बाकी एक मेंबर कहते थे, धर्म गो एंड सिट, तो मुझे जो जो कोई भी सुनने का था सुनाई देता था. लेकिन ये एक रीजन था कि मैं उधर चाय सर्व करता था. उसके बाद में, एक डेढ़ साल के बाद में, जब उन्होंने कहा कि कोई दिन चाय लेके आओ, तो मैं चाय लेके जाता था. एंड दिस टी सर्विस हैज हेल्प मी ऑल अलोंग द वे. और ऐसे करके हमारे अतुल भाई कह रहे थे कि धर्म हैज बीन इंस्ट्रूमेंटल. द फैक्ट इज दिस, Atul has been searching on his own prior to coming to AA, that he wants a solution. He wants a solution. उसने जो अपने तरफ से बहुत सारे solution search किए थे. Last solution was AA, and he happened to call me, and thereafter we met. And then as it happens, and so also the same with Sudhanshu. It is not that Sudhanshu came to me, but Sudhanshu's wife found out from maybe GSO or maybe the internet, I do not know. She is a working woman, and she came to my house. My wife also joined us, and we gave them the message. It is not that all of them pick up the message from the first day, one after meeting us, but then most of them do show us uh, a good amount of results also. Then we have got this Rajesh Tyagi, we call him. It's very sad when you see somebody like Rajesh not being able to make the program. Honest commitment is there on the previous day, but then the next morning he is not able to make it. Again, he has the commitment. He makes his commitment कि मुझे जो छोड़ना है. It is very painful, very painful. मैं एक लास्ट एक इसका जो एक किस्सा बताऊंगा कि वहां पे जो डॉक्टर्स लोग जो है न्यू बॉम्बे में नेरुल और इसमें डीवाई पाटिल के वजह से, तो ये डॉक्टर्स लोग अपने पेशेंट्स मुझे जो है रेफर करते, जो मैंने साइकेट्री डॉक्टर लोग, कि आपको अल्कोहल से छूटना है, मेरी आप दवाई लो, लेकिन आपको ए में जाना है तो आप तो धर्म के पास इन्हें कांटेक्ट करो। तो मेरे को वो लोग कांटेक्ट करते थे, और ये था बंदा था जो जो डॉक्टर के पास गया था, और उसके अंदर जो है भरपूर डिनायल थी कि आई एम नॉट, बट वो नेक्स्ट डे से मीटिंग अटेंड करना शुरू किया, और नेक्स्ट डे से मीटिंग अटेंड करते करते दूसरों से जो है मिलते गया जो कि उसके उसके एज ग्रुप थे, ऐसे दोस्तों करते करते एक बार बीच में वो माने स्लिप हुआ, बट द डिटर्मिनेशन टू फाइट वाज देयर कि मैं कभी जीत नहीं सकता हूँ, अल्कोहलिज्म एज अ डिजीज, इट इज माने इनक्यूरेबल। तो मैं जब इनसे जो ये शेयर करता था, और एक ये तो मैंने डॉक्टर का पेशेंट, वो मेरे से फोन पे बात किया था पनवेल से, ही वाज वर्किंग इन ओएनजीसी समथिंग, एंड ही टॉक टू मी, एंड देन ही सेड दैट ही इज स्टेइंग इन माने पनवेल, जो हमारा पनवेल का ग्रुप है उसके माने बाजू में था, तब से वो माने मीटिंग अटेंड शुरू कर दिया था। आई आई शेयर टू देम नॉट ओनली माय एक्सपीरियंस बट द माने मेडिकल पार्ट ऑफ इट आल्सो। तो दोस्तों ऐसे माने करते करते बहुत लोगों ने, जो ये रविकांत जो है, सबको नहीं मालूम कि रविकांत के फैमिली ने कितना विलिंगनेस बताया था। हम जो उसको कहते थे एडमिट करने के लिए एडमिट करते थे, हम जो उसको कहते थे रॉन्ग इंश्योरेंस क्लेम मत लेना, तो वो फिर नहीं करते थे, जो तो रियर में जो तो डालना है, उसके फैमिली का सपोर्ट और उसके वाइफ का सपोर्ट was was really माने आई वुड से ह्यूज कंट्रीब्यूशन। एक का कंट्रीब्यूशन है तो उसके अंदर बहुत ही जो थोड़ा सा है, आई डोंट थिंक सो मुझे इतना कुछ क्रेडिट है कि मैंने कुछ किया उसके लिए, जो मैंने हर एक के लिए मैं करता हूँ। अभी हम इधर अलीबाग से बोल रहे हैं, तो आते आते हमारे को पेन का एक केस याद आया। हमारे को पेन से फोन आई थी, पेन इज अबाउट मे बी 45-50 किलोमीटर फ्रॉम बॉम्बे, और हमें हमें फोन आई थी उसकी, और कि आओ मैं सो एंड सो जो भी कुछ है, और हम उनसे मिलने गए। ये बंदे को उसकी वाइफ के साथ में हम उसको डॉक्टर के पास लेके आए थे, डीवाई पाटिल हॉस्पिटल, और जो हॉस्पिटल ने उसकी जो हिस्ट्री ली ये वो करके बोला आपको खून की उल्टी हुई है, हम आपका केस नहीं ले सकते हैं, ऐसे ऐसे करके आई ब्रॉट हिम होम। आई कॉल्ड माय ब्रदर, and next morning he preferred to leave us. Fine, absolutely not. What is your recovery? Yeah, my wife is reminding me what is my recovery. Yes, I would be sharing that too. I would be sharing that too. Yeah. So this is how, whether it is pain, whether it is Ambarnath, एक डॉक्टर का ही कोई तो वाइफ का रिलेटिव था, और वो उधर जो है अमरनाथ में था, गए एक बार दो बार, उनको तो एक्सप्लेन किया। मेरा 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 अप्रोच रहता है कि फैमिली को बिठा के मैं उनको बताऊं कि ये किस तरीके की डिजीज है। समाज में जो हम लोग कहते हैं 90 लोग पीते हैं, दे आर सोशल ड्रिंकर, दे डोंट हैव अ प्रॉब्लम, बट उसी तरीके से बैलेंस के जो तो 10% है, मैं वो फैमिलीज को मैं माने इसी तरीके से बताता हूँ। लेकिन एक एक अच्छा एग्जाम्पल मैं उनको तो देता हूँ कि अगर जो एक छोटी सी बच्ची है जिसकी अगर जो टांगे जो है कमजोर है, तो वो फैमिली उसको जो है मसाज देगी, हर किस्म का सपोर्ट देगी, और उसको अपना हाथ पकड़ के जो है तो फिर चलाना शुरू करेगी। और कुछ समय के बाद में एक जन एक हाथ छोड़ेगा, एक जन दूसरा हाथ छोड़ेगा। कुछ समय के बाद में बच्ची गिरती है, पीछे से लोग बोलते हैं कोई बात नहीं, वापस कोशिश कर। मेरा मैसेज रहता है फैमिली को, हमें यही सपोर्ट वो जो प्रॉब्लम ड्रिंकर को देना है। वो जानबूझ के स्लिप नहीं हो रहा है, उसको नहीं मालूम, उसको जो नहीं मालूम कि मुझे इससे कैसे बाहर निकलने का। मेरा आज जो इंटेंशन था कि मेरे लाइफ में जो मेरे सोब्राइटी के डे 1 डेज में जो लोग आए, let me express my thankfulness to them. First was late Joachim, and about the disease and about the meeting room. Shall I share with you? I went to my meeting room just like going for a birthday party. I went to the meeting room that this is where I would be relieved of my disease. And Joachim, then I said about Milton F. His few words coming down to my knees, it changed my whole world for me. And then I met late Ganesh. Most of them have expired except few. लेट गणेश MTNL, वो जो शेयर करता था उसका एक्सपीरियंस, स्ट्रेंथ एंड होप, उसी से ही मेरे को जो है हिम्मत मिलती थी। एक जब हम लास्ट दूसरे एक माइकल पी के घर पे मिले थे गोरेगांव में, तब ये तो गणेश ने कहा था, धर्म, with all your money problems, lending problems, money lending problems and relationship, I am glad you have made it. Question is because I was put under Father Henry, which I would be covering shortly. Then came Eric in my life. Although Eric was since 1991, I was seeing him, everything possible he was doing for the suffering alcoholic. एक बार तो वो हमारे को एक अल्कोहलिक के घर पे लेके गया, जिसके घर पे जो टटियां पड़ी हुई थी, मैंने और एक दूसरे मेंबर ने उसकी तो टट्टी साफ की, उसको तो साफ कराया। दिस वाज एरिक, जिसको लोग कहते थे गॉड एरिक। अब मैंने मसला ऐसे हुआ था, 92 मई का था। मैंने किसको पैसे दिए हुए थे, लेंडिंग मनी वाज नॉट माय माय इट वाज नॉट माय प्रोफेशन, बट वही जो ग्रीड में आके मैंने पैसे दिए थे। और वो जब तक मैं उसको पैसे देता था, वो मुझे ब्याज मेरे ही पैसे में से काट के देता था। बाद में जब मैंने उसको पैसा देना बंद कर दिया, ये ब्याज भी नहीं दे सकता था। आई कुड नॉट टेक दैट प्रेशर। एकदम हेलुसिनेशन मेरे लाइफ में शुरू हो गया था, इवन दो आई वाज सोबर 2 years। मेरी वाइफ भी बाजू में बैठी है। शी सॉ धर्म वाज बिहेविंग इन एन इनसेन मैनर दैट पर्टिकुलर इवनिंग। उसने सब ब्रदर्स को बुलाया, तो उन्होंने मुझे कहा कि धर्म, डोंट वरी, वी आर देयर। बट मुझे मालूम था आई हैव टू वरी, आई कैन नॉट डिपेंड ऑन देम। उन्होंने मुझे तो दवाई दे के सुला दी, और नेक्स्ट मॉर्निंग में जब उठा था 4 साढ़े 4 बजे, चाय पिया तो मेरी आंखें खुली। मैं वाइफ को कह रहा हूँ, मैं वापस अबू धाबी जाऊंगा, मैं वापस पैसा कमाऊंगा, मैं लोगों को पैसा जो तो कमा के दूंगा, और मैं दारू पीऊंगा। ये 3 दिन उसके पहले मेरे अंदर सब तो जो प्रिपरेशन चल रही थी कि मैं लोगों को बोलूंगा कि मैं दारू के दुकान तक गया था मॉर्निंग को, लेकिन मैं दुकान के अंदर नहीं गया। तो ये जब मेरे को जब इतनी ऑब्सेशन आई थी, तब ख्याल आया, धर्म, कॉल एन ए फ्रेंड बिफोर अ ड्रिंक, नॉट आफ्टर अ ड्रिंक। एंड मैंने, हु वाज माय ए फ्रेंड? एरिक डी। एरिक डी का नंबर मेरे पास था। मेरा कभी उसके साथ में ज्यादा उठना बैठना नहीं होता था, बट मैंने हिम्मत करके उसको फोन किया। इस टाइम पे भी जब मेरे यहाँ पे आग लगी है, ये मन नहीं चाहता है आई शुड टेक हेल्प। ये ये मन कहता है दिस इज नॉट द राइट टाइम टू कॉल, किसको तुम क्या। लेकिन आई कॉल्ड हिम एट 5 in the morning। मैंने कहा, एक ही मिनट में मैंने उसको बताया द फैक्ट, क्या फैक्ट है, मैंने किसको पैसे दिए थे, सो एंड सो अमाउंट। और उसका इफेक्ट मेरे अंदर क्या था? इफेक्ट था मेरी, आई वॉज फियरिंग, मेरी फीलिंग्स थी, मुझे पैसे नहीं है, मुझे मेरा घर बेचना पड़ेगा। दैट वॉज माई बिगेस्ट फियर। एंड एरिक सिंपली सेड, after I finish in 60 seconds, Dharam, put it to God, pray hard. और ऐसे करते करते I was praying and praying, And after 3 months, I went back to Eric. Eric, or kaun si nahi prayer, though I have prayed all this prayer which you have given me. Then he sent me to Father Hilary, which made the whole difference in my life. He made me know what are my feelings and what is my fact, and how my suppressed feeling had played havoc in my life right from childhood days, right from when I was 6 years old. Although that pent up feelings from childhood after my father expired, I could not share my fear of insecurity, my my injustice, which I was experiencing. And with all that, because I was not sharing, my mind would took me to some kind of release, and those release were very, very dirty, very, very shameful. And my family was also wondering, kya ye kar raha hai? But I was labeled already like a bad boy, etc. So this, this I understood that I have to share my feelings in time, which now I do it much more than before. I share with my wife, I share with my daughter and with my son. And my wife too shares a feeling with me and things like that. Thereafter, one Tom G came in my life. Tom G, that was in 93. Tom G at that time was 32 years sober, and I was 3 years sober. And I used to look at Tom up. You are 33. You are 32. I am 3 years. Then he just said we both are the same one day at a time. Then I learned from him that he was founder of the Friendship House, a treatment center for alcoholic priests in Mangalore. And it was amazing to know that Tom was coming to Friendship House at his own expense for many, many years. His money air ticket and his money staying over there, supporting there, and things like that. Later on, I got a chance to when I pick up Tom from the airport. Midnight, his flight would arrive, and after midnight, I would bring him to my house, and next early morning, 6 o'clock, drop him to the domestic airport. This continued for almost 20 years, and Tom's word of experience were very, very helpful to me. Father Hilary coming to my life was like my wife was just sharing with me just evening. He was a father to us. He was a daddy to us, to her and to me also. That he really made us. Uh, he really made us look at the problems at what they are. That I must share my feelings in time. There were one occasion which I must share. I had dropped one patient to the rehab in Pune after his wife had also accompanied us and all that. And as it had happened last 3 4 times, this time also he managed to come out of the rehab. And from there he is phoning, Dharam, I'm coming. I'll pull you by your hair, and I will rape your daughter and your wife too. And my wife happened to be standing there. She was very frightened. But somehow, मेरा phone Father Henry को लग गया. He told me just one sentence: don't confront him. Don't give him any explanation. I did this for you and things like that. Again he called up. Again he repeated. Father Henry said, Dharam, stay close to God. All that what I understood from Father Henry in my 27 years of relationship to fight this disease, to fight this disease, I have to put it to God all my problems. I was traveling in the train. So I think Subodhji said, Dharam, share your spiritual experience. Yes, at Vashi, I had taken a local train, and after the train started, I was sitting in the middle of the first class compartment at the other end. And I saw the person who entered into the bogie. It was a TC. जब मैंने पीछे हाथ लगाया मेरे जेब में, I was not carrying my pass. I had my mobile with me. And the fear travels millions of miles a second. और मेरे को ये fear आ रहा था, वो fear आ रहा था, अभी वो मुझे गालियां देगा, ये करेगा, वो करेगा. After a few seconds it came to me, Dharam, put it to God. जो उसकी मर्जी, मेरे को अगर जो गाली मिलनी होगी, मेरी अगर जो इज्जत निकालनी होगी, जो उसकी मर्जी, why should I fear? God, you take care. और ऐसे करते करते the distance from Vashi to Mankud is around 8-9 minutes. So the TC, there were not many people. He was coming towards us, and I was thinking to change my seat. Then I am getting the one prompting, Dharam, you don't have to change your seat. You sit where you are. Finally, the TC came next to me, and then I am asking God, what should I do? He said, smile at him, and I smile at him. And he did not ask me my ticket, my pass, and he was standing there only. And the person next to me, he asked for his ticket, and he was not having his ticket with him. Still, Manpur station had not yet come. Still, the TC did not ask me for my ticket, and the fear had vanished from my face that he will do this, he will do that. जो कुछ भी होगा उसका ही भला होगा. December 19, I was traveling after our son's marriage to Alibag. And today also my wife reminded me. And just before a few kilometers entering Alibag, we saw in front of our car was a motorcycle, and there hardly few inches. Where is the question of applying brake? My wife is also saying, "मैंने भी नहीं देखा, मैंने भी नहीं देखा," and we hit him. And thereafter, my wife got down. I had to take time to park the car. But just that one sentence came from my God. God, be with me in this situation. मुझे नहीं मालूम. You be with me in this situation. And I only asked him to be with me in this situation. But you will hear from me something more shortly. So we waited there half an hour, 45 minutes. That gentleman was a shippy. And thereafter, once he was feeling okay, we took him to the doctor. Doctor said, "Sab theek thak hai." Then they took some 8,000 rupees from us. We had 6,000. We gave them. We paid them the next later. Now, when I returned back to Bombay after 2 days, after spending my 2 days holiday in Alibag, my brother is telling me that I'm take the car to Maruti. I took my car, and the Maruti person is asking me, he gave me the form. गाड़ी कौन चला रहा था? मैं चला रहा था. License है? हाँ, license है. I removed my license to him and I gave him. And there he saying, sir, आपका license expired है. So when you call God, He looks into much beyond what I require. But He looks, so He saw to it at that 45-minute time which was there on the highway, not a single policeman passed that way, and like that He has rescued me again and again, many more times. Recently, a couple of months back, one lady called me, and the lady was very frightened because somebody from Baba Hospital had given her my number, and I spoke to her. I told her all about the disease, about one Al-Anon and all that. And he said, "Mera husband, हमारा second marriage है, and he gets very violent, etc., etc. 2 दिन से duty पे भी नहीं जा रहा है." So एक दिन मैंने courage लिया, and I went to meet him at Bandra, and he was there standing out only outside his balcony, and I spoke to him. I carried some literature with me. I told him all about my experience and about this disease, how it is. And the crux of the problem is we all have become victim of our alcoholism because of our pent up feelings. We don't share our feelings. our mind takes us to some kind of outline. It may be alcohol, it may be B, it may be C, D, etc. So the crux of the problem was my pent up feeling. So this gentleman, I spoke to him for an hour or so. Thereafter, he started attending meetings. I just got a call today, from a friend, wishing me for my Thanksgiving Day, that he has been attending his meetings and things like that. This is something which is not in my hand. It just happens on its own. D.Y. Patil had called us. In fact, in short, he had called. They had called us. We met the chief psychiatry person, and he said we want to have the AA meeting over there. And they said we have the de-addiction clinic on a Friday morning, 9:30 to 10:30. So I agreed. I told myself I can sacrifice 1 hour in a week, but I want Al-Anon also. And since they were aware about Al-Anon, they gave us Al-Anon also, and we started the meeting from those days 20 years back. Then we used to have our meetings even on Wednesdays also. So much so that I was being uh, like we had a couple of awareness meeting about the women alcoholics was held over there, and we had some other awareness programs and everything. And how these things were happening, I do not know. Somehow or the other, it would start and it would get over nicely. And as I said about Father Henry, he passed away in February 20, and even before that, in December 19, when my son's marriage was there, I was going through tremendous stress. So much of stress that I was getting suicidal thoughts. But the best thing I was doing, I used to talk with my wife, with my son, and by talking to him, and I would go to him. Father Henry was admitted in the hospital. He was going through some money treatment, etc. He would show me the way. Dharam, pray hard, pray hard. I do not know to my wife he would say, shout at God, shout, call God, and shout at Him. And this is what life has been for us. And what more to share? I can only I can only pay my gratitude to Michael P. Professor Michael P. from Goregaon. He was a he was a vice principal of a convent school, and somehow the other, Michael had retired about 20 years back when we met, and uh, Michael could not get that spiritual angle to the problems. As I would tell him, put it to God. He wouldn't get it. He was always having something troubling him at his time. Then Michael introduced me to Richard P. Late Richard D. F. I think Richard F. F. And Richard was very systematic. He would call me at his place, and he was also known as the radio officer. He was very disciplined, and he would give me some notes to read and things like that, and it went on. It went on extremely well. And yes, let me share this thing with you. In my 27 years of counseling by Father Hilary, never did he talk about his God, but always higher power. Then I met alcoholic priest, Father John Benclay, who was introduced to me by Tom. And John Benclay would come in his place, and he would again have those visits over here. And I would pick him up at night. Somehow, where the strength would come, where the money would come, I do not know. People would ask me, "Are you being paid for?" I said, "I've been paid in so many different ways." And then I met Father Clarence from St. Andrew's Church and Father Anthony. They are so simple people recognizing AA people. The purpose is this: they are recognizing AA people. I I requested them that I would like to serve cake for the Christmas Mass, which they had accepted it. And then uh, about my pent up feeling, it is very surprising to me. I had got five elder brothers with me at my age of 6, and my four sisters and my mother. But still, I choose to keep it inside me, all my feelings of insecurity, injustice, fear. I do not know why. And let me tell you, uh, to Father Joe, I look upon him. Uh, that I'm very lucky to be under him and get a chance to be of some service to him. I hope in India we have many, many more Father Joes. I hope in India we have many, many more friendship centers opened by their community, not not by this community, and things like that. And uh, I had seen Father Joe in such a simple manner when we invited him for the women alcoholic function in D.Y. Patil Hospital. How he came all the way. But let me share with you how I happened to be known to him. I was given an order by an AA friend in Vashi, Dharam, pick up Father Joe from Bandra and take him back. It was a feeling of joy to me that I am getting a chance to want to pick up somebody like this. It was never in mind that I am doing whatever is being I am doing. It is a burden. Never, never. So many a time I had, you know, uh, I would give a packet of sweets to him when he would come to Vashi. Nobody had told me, but this was being taken with so much of smile, with so much of love, because most of us don't think about serving them, you know, in some, I would say, expressing our love for them, for what they are doing for us. And Father Joe had come to my house in NERUL, and it was nice. We had some time together, and he blessed our house also. And this is what my relationship with Father Joe was there. Always, always flowing. And I enjoyed every bit of it. And I wish I could talk to Sahil yesterday, who spoke about his slipping and his family not understanding it. It is very sad. Quite a lot of families, they do not understand the disease, and they want to look from their angle, from their mind, and they think कि ये जो कर रहा है जानबूझ के कर रहा है, which I am seeing. But then wherever I have made them sit round round in their hall, and there are eight of them are there, and explain to them about my experience. It has worked. It has worked. I'm sure Sahil will have somebody from the fellowship who would make the family sit and talk that this slip is a slip similar to heartolic slip. The when a heart patient has a relapse, and we understand it, and we don't take it bad. So if the heart patient can have uh, uh, a slip, you know, if we can have a relapse, so also can an alcoholic also have a relapse. And I am sure our praise will definitely work. Our praise will definitely work. And somehow I wonder how Pramila can say that I inspire her. I have never met her once also, and but then I thank you all for all the love, Monica, and all the love for me, and thank you so much.